Hello everyone, thanks for coming out here today. We really do appreciate you. Thanks for your continuous support and thanks for always staying tuned to our channel. We are here to keep you updated with the latest and most authentic happenings in our country. And the one we have today is fresh arguments has risen regarding Orjir Kalu. We all remember Orjir Kalu, who was convicted last year for about over 7 billion naira fraud, and he was sentenced to 12 years imprisonment. But down the road, earlier on last month, the court came and nullified the conviction and said they were going to start a fresh trial. However, and they said they ordered his release, but the prison where he was, they said they have not received any document from the court to release him. So right now, fresh arguments are on as Orjir Kalu challenges continued detention. So they haven't let him go since the earlier last month. We'll find out more details in a moment. But please, before we do, if you haven't yet subscribed, click on the subscribe button down below and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the like button. We really do appreciate you. Thank you once again for your continuous support. So right, let's go straight into the main details of the news. Fresh arguments as Orjir Kalu challenges continued detention. The judgment of the Supreme Court, which nullified the conviction of a former governor of Abia State and serving senator Orjir Kalu, and his subsequent application seeking to be released from detention, has continued to elicit reactions from senior lawyers. Although some lawyers have expressed concern that the judgment was a setback to criminal justice administration, one of his lawyers, Orjir Kalu Çh, said Kalu was a free man, explaining that there is no basis to continue to hold Kalu in custody. The natural consequences of the judgment of the Supreme Court is that in the eyes of the law, he was never convicted. In the latest application before the Federal High Court in Lagos, dated May 12, 2020, Orjir Kalu is seeking an order setting aside the judgment of the court on December 5, 2019, by Justice Mohammed Idris, convicting and sentencing him to 12 years imprisonment in a 39-count charge of money laundering to the tune of 7.6 billion naira. Orjir Kalu also asked the court to set aside each of the 39 charges contained in charge number FHC ABJ CR/562007 based on the sentences having been imposed without jurisdiction. Orjir Kalu also requested that the court made an order directing his release forthwith from the custody of the Nigerian Correction Service, Keju, Abuja, FCT. Lawyers to the senator representing Abia North on the platform of the APC, Lateef Fagbemi San and Orjir Kalu Çh, filed the application after it became clear that he would not be released from custody alongside his co-defendant Ude Jones Udegu after the Supreme Court nullified their trial and conviction. In the majority judgment read by Justice Ejimbi Eko on May 8, 2020, the five-member panel of the Apex Court declared unconstitutional the provision of Section 396 of 7 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, upon which the then President of the Court of Appeal, Justice Zainab Kalu Çh, relied on to authorize Justice Idris to return to the High Court to conclude the trial. Justice Eko held that I never had doubt whatsoever that the Honorable M.B. Idris, having been elevated to the Court of Appeal, had ceased to be a judge of the Federal High Court. Accordingly, he had been deprived of whatever jurisdiction he had as a judge of the Federal High Court to proceed in the case to conclude the hearing and ultimate determination of the part-headed criminal case number FCH/ABJ/CR/56/07 Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Orjir Kalu and others. However, A major twist unfolded when Orjir Kalu's lawyer went to sign the warrant of release to be attached to the judgment and shown to officials of the Nigerian Correctional Service in Keju. Supreme Court clerks went through the judgment and noted clearly that Orjir Kalu, who was not an applicant in the matter, was not covered by the order of the panel. The clerks pointed out the intention of the panel, as read out by Justice Echo, was that the judgment of the Court of Appeal number CA/L/1064/2018, delivered on the 24th of April 2019, particularly in respect of the appellant, and as if it affected him, is hereby set aside. Thus, only nuěđ was released. Subsequently, Orjir Kalu, in the application, told the High Court that he was sure Justice Idris was out of jurisdiction when he was elevated to the Court of Appeal on June 20th, 2018, as he lost his position on the bench of the Federal High Court when he subscribed to the oath of allegiance on June 22nd, 2018, and that he filed a no-case submission challenging this, which the judge overruled, thereby leading to further appeals. That by a fate dated the 2nd day of July 2018, issued under the hand of the President of the Court of Appeal, His Lordship Honorable Justice M.B. Idris of the Court of Appeal, was directed to return to the Federal High Court to conclude the trial. Then, part head in charge, number FHC ABJ CR/56/2007, Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Orjir Kalu and others, that upon the return of Honorable Justice M.B. Idris, for the purpose of continuing and concluding the trial, His Lordship overruled the no-case submission filed by the applicant as well as the second and third respondent, nuěđ and Slok Nigeria Limited, whereupon an appeal was filed at the Court of Appeal, Lagos Division, challenging the ruling of the no-case submission as well as the competence of Honorable Justice M.B. Idris to continue to hear the matter. The Court of Appeal heard arguments in the appeal on the 7th of February 2019 and on the 24th April 2019. The Court of Appeal dismissed the appeal, on account of which the second respondent, nuěđ, lodged a further appeal to the Supreme Court, which said appeal was heard and determined as appeal number SC622C/2019, Ude Jones nuěđ versus Federal Republic of Nigeria and two others. The chairman of the Presidential Advisory Committee Against Corruption, Professor Itse Sage, said the judgment of the Supreme Court nullifying Section 396 verse 7 was a setback and a disservice to the Administration of Criminal Justice Act signed in 2015, adding that no section of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 barred a judge elevated to a higher court from returning to conclude part-heard cases. Professor Sage said, "We found in many cases judges had spent 5 to 7 years on a case, they were promoted and they couldn't continue with it. A new judge would start the case, would begin all over again. It was killing our judicial system. That was why the National Assembly passed that law under the ACJA." In the same vein, Kemi Finero-San said he felt that the Apex Court failed to see the mischief by parties in criminal cases who always found a way to delay or get a trial to start afresh, which the provision of Section 396(7) of the ACJA sought to cure. Finero said, sadly, in constructing the provisions of Section 396(7) of the ACJA, the Supreme Court failed to take cognizance of the mischief intended to be cured and merely view the issue from the narrow compass of an attempt to avoid the implications of the previous interpretation of the Constitution by the court. In fact, the Supreme Court failed to consider in the entire judgment while the provision was introduced, but held itself bound to the only letters of the law. This approach, in my view, has occasioned injustice to the prosecution. It is my submission that what the Supreme Court should have done in the circumstance is to adopt a purposive approach in its interpretative role by taking into cognizance the fact that the Constitution, as at the time it was made, could not have envisaged the current situation in terms of the level of corrupt practices and delay in the administration of criminal justice, that the interpretation given to the provision of the 1979 Constitution in the previous cases of Ogbuniya and our Line Limited case, which was influenced by the prevailing circumstances as at the time, ought to have been distinguished as rightly done, in my view, by Honorable Justice Idris. But other lawyers such as Adeniyi Akintola San and Yunus Usta Omar San said the cure for the wrong in the administration of justice could not be made using another wrong. Akintola said, "I've been among those warning that most of the provisions of the ACJ cannot stand the test of constitution. There was a case involving a chief magistrate in Oyo State who was elevated to the High Court of the FCT. He came back to deliver judgment in the magistrate's court, and the Supreme Court set aside the judgment. So, it is not new. It has always been there in our jurisprudence." On whether Kalu should have been benefited from the earlier judgment of the Supreme Court, having been involved in a joint trial with the appellant, Barrister Llěnğě Suberu, advised Kalu to wait till the hearing of his pending appeal at the Court of Appeal to make the application for his release. Suberu said both the appeal and the decision did not appear to affect Orjir Kalu. Hence, one would think that his conviction stands pending when his appeal is decided. Otherwise, it will not be different from a situation whereby a judgment is being enforced against a person who is not a party to a proceeding. Added that the wordings of the judgment are very clear and unambiguous. If the apex court wanted the decision to affect all defendants, they would have couched it so expressly. Now, assuming the order of the court was that this appeal is frivolous, baseless, and lacking in merit, order of 100 million naira awarded against the appellant, can the order be enforced against other respondents who were defendants but did not appeal? Certainly no. So my people, this battle is still on. Orjir Kalu, the case came and everyone was rejoicing. Nnamdi Kanu congratulated him, and everyone was rejoicing that Supreme Court has nullified his conviction. He's going to be out soon. But to the amazement of everyone, he's still in detention. He has not been released, and now we are quoting law here and there, and other lawyers are speaking on his behalf. But the whole gist right now is that he's still in detention. Even if Supreme Court says they've nullified the judgment and a fresh case was going to kick off. So my people, that's the news reaching us at the moment. Leave your take, leave your comment down below in the comment section. Let us know what you think. Want to thank you once again for your continuous support. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed, click on the subscribe button down below and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Hit on the like button. We really do appreciate you. Till I come your way again, it's bye for now and God bless.